Now, how will the valuation will be done, or how the offer that an acquirer will make to the remaining shareholders will be priced in case of frequently traded shares. So, in case of frequently traded shares, in case of frequently traded shares, uh, where the acquisition is a direct one, how will the offer price will need to be priced? So जो offer है, जो acquirer the offer that he is making, how this offer will be priced in case of frequently traded shares and when it is a direct acquisition. So the rule is, or the parameter is, that highest of the following will need to be the offer price by the acquirer. So and I'm sure you can understand it very easily. So out of the four situations that I'm going to share with you now, ये फोर सिचुएशंस में जहाँ पर सबसे ज़्यादा प्राइस है, दैट प्राइस हैज़ टू बी दी ऑफर प्राइस एज पर दी सेस्ट रेगुलेशन in case of a takeover of a company. So, which are the four numbers? The first one is highest negotiated price under agreement attracting open offer. So इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब ये है कि जब मे बी two companies, they negotiated with each other. A is trying to acquire B. So the management of A and management of B, or the promoter of A and the promoter of B, they sat together and they agreed for a price, let's say 5,000 rupees per share. So number one is, out of the, in case of pricing of this offer, the first price that needs to be taken into account is 5,000. And why this 5,000? Because this is the price which has been negotiated under an agreement between the target company promoter and the acquiring company's promoter. So that's number one. Number two, volume weighted average price paid by the acquirer or PAC, and PAC, remember, is persons acting in concert. That means all 10, 50, 20 people who are collectively trying to acquire a target company, they are referred as PAC, persons acting in concert. Now, whatever price the acquirer or the PAC must have paid during the 52 weeks preceding the date of public offer. So that is another price that has to be considered and taken into account. And let's say that price is 4,500. That means the acquirer and the persons acting in concert have paid or acquired other shares other than these ones at a price of 4,500. So that is the second price that needs to be taken into account. And I'm taking these numbers hypothetically so as to understand the whole concept. The third price that needs to be considered in case of direct acquisition, where the shares are frequently traded, is the volume weighted average price paid by the acquirer or the PAC during 26 weeks preceding the date of public announcement. So, and let's say this figure is 5,300. This figure is 5,300. And finally, weighted average, volume weighted average price for 60 days preceding the public announcement. यानी कि जो पब्लिक अनाउंसमेंट है उसके 60 दिन पहले 60 वर्किंग डेज में जो भी शेयर परचेज किए हैं उनकी जो प्राइस पे करी है, that also has to be taken into account. And let's say that price is 5,500 per share. So remember, which is going to be the price for the purpose of pricing the offer. The price which is going to be considered for the purpose of making the offer is highest of these four. That means 5,000, 4,500, 3,000, 5,300, and 5500, and we can see that it is the 5500 which is the highest of all these four prices, and therefore the acquirer will have to make an offer with an offer price of 5500. So that is number one, and that is pricing of a public offer when the shares traded are frequently traded. The shares are frequently traded. Now, the regulation also talks of a situation which, in my view, is highly unlikely to happen, but the law has to make a provision. In case value cannot be determined under any of the above, offer price shall be determined based on valuation parameters including book value and comparable trading multiples. तो क्या मतलब है इसका? इसका मतलब यह है कि if for some reason, because of these four options that we have here, the price is not being able to determine, in a case like that, what will need to be done? The pricing of the public offer will need to be ascertained taking into account the valuation parameters. And what those valuation parameters are? Those valuation parameters are book value and the comparable trading multiples. That means the price will need to be fixed based on the relative pricing, or based on the comparable pricing, or based on the comparable company method. So that is your number one, and that is how to do the pricing of an offer made by an acquirer in case of a company whose share are frequently traded and the acquisition also a direct one.